All right, what are we on now? Day 4?
Yeah,
Saturday,
day 4.
Sunday, Monday, Tuesday.
Damn, already.
Yeah, it's going by too fast, man.
Very. Yes.
It's going by too fast.
It is. Today went by really fast. I don't know if you guys agree with that. I would definitely say so, though.
All these days are, man. I mean,
Yeah.
it's you look at the clock 1 minute, it's like 8 a.m. Next minute, it's right now. Like
Yeah.
it's almost going on midnight here.
And we even started early today.
We did.
Put in extra time.
Yeah,
Melo was up before it was light outside.
yeah. I set my alarm for 5:30 because the game started at 6, and I don't like to miss first pitch.
And he didn't.
Understandable. I mean,
Yeah. I wanted to see what the. By the way, we're talking about the series in Korea that just started today. I just wanted to see kind of atmosphere over there, see how it looked.
Yeah.
Kind of quiet to me. That's what I kind of heard on the broadcast. Yeah. Just wanted to get a feel for it. Saw like this woman Asian group, I guess, perform for the game. It was kind of cool. And then they just did their team introductions and anthems, and that was it. Nothing crazy. But, yeah.
I also woke up. Didn't get out of bed right away though. I came out in the second. It was the top of the second inning. I'm shocked I even got up, to be honest with you. But I was happy I did. It was a very cool experience watching it.
I know I had my alarm set for 5:50. It went off, and I went back to bed. And then my normal work alarms are set for like 6:40, 6:50. I know those both went off, and I slept through them. And I came out here, but it was still scoreless when I came out.
Well, you came out,
The
I think,
fourth?
around the 4th inning.
Yeah. So I didn't. That's what I said. Oh, so I didn't miss anything.
See, I thought it was kind of funny too because of usually out of the three of us, I'm the heavy sleeper. I'm the one who doesn't get up for things like this, and I was the one, before Matt. So I patted myself on the back a little bit. So
Yeah, I don't know. I was too tired. You couldn't get me up.
understandable.
Yeah, understandable. We've done a lot of stuff here the last couple of days.
And especially the day before, we didn't do a day recap from yesterday. That's because we didn't really do any baseball related stuff. We were at the beach most of the day, and
Topgolf.
Then.
So yesterday was kind of the day to kind of get away from it a little bit.
Yeah, and in case you didn't know, being in the beach and being in the sun all day really takes it out of you.
Yeah, it does.
It really makes you tired. So we were pretty tired by the end of the day, and then by the time we went to bed, and then it's supposed to be getting up real early, like we said. It just wasn't happening yesterday.
On top of that too, Matt, you and I got a little beach volleyball in.
That's right.
With some random people at the beach. It was pretty cool though.
Yeah,
it's fun.
They'll be representing Team USA at the Olympics this summer.
I doubt that.
Don't know about that.
I'm not sure we'd make the team. It'd be close, but I don't think so.
And, I lucked out too with the series in Korea being this week, because if I was at home, 3:30 start, and I would have done it because I wouldn't be doing anything else later in the day, but I would not like it. I would be bitching the whole time.
3:30 a.m. That is. So, it was tough getting up this morning, but
I think
honestly,
there was a pitching change like in the 7th inning.
Yep.
And I went back to my room just for 5 minutes just to lay down and close my eyes.
Yeah.
Because I was dead tired.
Yeah, I went back and slept a little bit later on.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So then after that, we wanted to film some Blitzball content while we were all three together down here.
4-0 Kings, by the way.
Oh. Yeah, we got the Kings game, LA Kings game on in the background. And, well, we struggled a bit to find we're going to just use a Little League field, of course, because, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Should be open to the public, you would think, but no. Most of them were all locked off. Which, I guess things are different here in the city than where Kyle and I live, but even Melo said you can usually find something in LA that's
you can
unlocked.
usually find something that's open.
We may have been looking a little bit too early, but by the time it was like close to noon by the time we were even getting set up. So we got that set up, filmed some Blitzball content, some mic'd up ABs in the little park here. I think that went pretty good. Once we got the feel of things and got the setup right, things went pretty good.
No, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, I got rocked today. I'm just gonna save everybody the trouble. Anytime I pitch, any videos that we post within the next coming weeks, if you see me on the mound, just know that it went over my head.
Kyle struck me out pretty good the one time. I chased one and ended up Manny Machado down on one knee.
Manny Machado, I saw that.
That wasn't a strikeout, but that was a strike in my strikeout eventually that that happened.
There was a few moments today where my head got big, and I think that was the biggest one. I'll tell you that much.
Wow, that's pretty impressive considering what else happened later on today, but we'll go in chronological order. And after that, we were headed to the Yankees game. See the Pirates get smoked by the Yankees tonight. Giancarlo Stanton 3 for 3, but interesting story when we first walked in there, right, Kyle?
Very, yes. So I'm gonna try to keep this as level-headed as I can here. So we were actually running late. Like I think we left the house around 6, but
Walking in during the national anthem.
correct. Yeah, that's pretty much where we got to. And out of the corner of my eye there, at the big NY when you walk in, I saw a very, very important Yankee near and dear to my heart. That's Nick Swisher. He was just there, taking pictures of fans, and I wanted a picture. So I was kind of like circling the area, making sure I was staying close. And then all of a sudden, he had to do some trivia. I don't know if it was with the Yes Network or what it was with, but he kind of called me out right away. We kind of made that eye contact. We had that connection, and called me over for some trivia. Now, if that video gets surfaced anywhere and anybody does see it, I promise you that first answer was a bit of a fluke on my end, I will say. Pretty much was Derek Jeter's 3,000th hit was a home run, as everybody knows. But I always get that mixed up with the final game at Yankee Stadium. So he asked me who that team was against. And in my head, I was thinking Baltimore, but I was going back and forth with Tampa, which are the two teams that those two hits came from. So I was kind of going back and forth, and then some dude from the crowd, shout out to him, he really saved my ass. If you're watching this, dude, thank you. But he screamed out Tampa Bay, and then prompted Swisher to kind of walk away for a second. Disappointed a little bit, but he came back, asked me another question. What is Mo's signature pitch? Obviously, it's the cutter, and he gave me a T-shirt. Got to dab him up a little bit. It was cool. Very cool moment with Nick Swisher.
Yeah.
Two things on that. Number one, that second question, every baseball fan should know
100%.
what Mariano Rivera's signature pitches.
Yeah.
Number two, you two had two different ideas. You were going up there trying to get a picture, and he was looking for someone basically to be his leadoff hitter and kick off this little tournament, this little trivia tournament that he got going on.
Yep. So I, of course, obliged very, very willingly.
What are you going to say, no? Nah.
Not the Nick Swisher. Not to that personality.
Not at all. He gave that thunder to the Yankees clubhouse back then. So no, I couldn't let him down. I, of course, had to say yes. So I was his leadoff hitter for the night.
Kyle walked around with that T-shirt that Nick Swisher gave him.
Hold this for a second?
Yeah, for the rest of the night. And I believe it may have given him some good luck, too, the rest of the night, as we'll talk about here in a second. But, yeah, look at that.
Props to Nick Swisher. Thank you very much.
Yeah, hey, man, that's a $40 T-shirt from Nike, man, or whatever.
Yeah.
That it is.
So,
But yes, Matt, if you'd like to continue on that good luck that you were talking about.
Well, I mean, on the side of the games, the game itself, the Yankees won 12 or 13 to nothing.
12-0.
12-0 against the Pirates. Rocked them from the very beginning. The first inning ended and it was like 4-0 or 3-0, something like that.
Yeah, they put a 4 spot on the board. My captain, Aaron Judge, came to the plate after returning from his little injury stint that he was going on with. Started off, Soto walked, and then Judge hit a double. That kind of got everybody going. Stan hit his first of 3 home runs of the night. Volpe showing some power. So, yeah, no, it definitely gave some good luck to the Yankees, I think.
Yeah. And then Kyle, too, when it came to time to ask some fans some questions, get some fan content again, as we've been trying to do at all the spring training games. Kyle had a very successful night.
Yeah.
I don't think we didn't get turned down at all, or you didn't get turned down at all.
No, I didn't. I went 3 for 3 for the night, and I will have to give props to Nick Swisher there because he made my head gigantic and made me think that I could take over that entire fucking stadium. So that's kind of how I went into it, and it worked out very well.
Now, Melo said something you said that was your favorite compliment, maybe ever.
Yes, this is a Melo continued getting my head larger here. Said that my over the months and years that I've been with you guys, it's I've gotten a lot better in front of the camera. So I appreciate that very much.
Yeah, I mean,
you're also not afraid. You're getting there where you're not afraid to go up to people and ask them about questions.
Yeah,
or if they want to be in the video.
Yes, because when I joined up with these guys, I was a writer. I mean, I still am, but pretty much I never wanted to get in front of the camera, like ever. Like even with the podcast, I was getting jitters, man. And now it's just like it's second nature to me.
And that's not, I mean, understandably, obviously, it's not for everybody, but like some people don't just grow into it either. Sometimes that's just not something for somebody. But I mean, for all of us.
Yeah, that goes for all of us too. That's not just me here, you know. I mean, I was a very antisocial kid growing up, and that was never my thing. But no, I think all 3 of us have taken huge leaps with that.
The first time when we did it down at the Blue Jays Twins game on Sunday, it took a little bit.
Slow start.
Yeah, it did. Yeah,
we did. We talked about that.
I got denied twice beforehand, so that might have had something to do with it.
Had to knock the rust off a little bit, and then
Intimidated by the crowd a little bit.
We've been flowing ever since, though. Hopefully, we're going to keep that going. We're going to a Phillies game tomorrow. Phillies and Rays.
Tomorrow's Matt's day.
Clearwater. Yes. We've taken 2 trips to GMS now. Yes. Time to visit Baycare Ballpark, home of the Phillies, for spring training. I'm very excited for that. I was looking at tickets earlier, and I mean, this is sort of news to you guys too, but I think we're going to be sitting on the grass out there because
I've always wanted to.
The tickets are a little pricey for everywhere else. So hopefully, I'll get my chance to get some questions in with the fans, some Phillies questions tomorrow, and I'm trying to think, what else did I miss anything else for today?
Yeah, you missed the big bombshell.
Yes.
MLB news.
Here we go.
You missed the big bombshell today.
In between when we came back from the aquarium and then before we went to the Yankees game, what happened, Melo?
There was a report that came out from the LA Times basically saying that, just immediately that Shohei Ohtani's translator, Ippei, fired from the Dodgers. And I saw it. I'm like, he clearly had to do something pretty huge for just not even to be, given a warning or just, hey, we're looking into the situation. No, he's gone immediately. Apparently, he has a gambling issue. And he, according to the article on ESPN, it said he was down $4.5 million. Now, this is the thing that gets real fishy and real sketchy. He did the interview with ESPN Tuesday night. Apparently, he went in great detail about the gambling problem that he has, when he started gambling with this illegal company in California. He originally said that Shohei Ohtani helped him pay off his debt. apparently he gave him 2 checks. He sent him 2 checks with his name on it. That's the story. And then I guess today, I guess they knew that Ohtani's camp knew that this article was going to come out, and that's when they changed the story. The story started to change. Ohtani's camp saying, no, we had no idea he had a gambling issue. No, they even said that, and that was in the initial reporting when it came out today, that apparently $4.5 million had been stolen from Ohtani's bank account. And today, Ippei said it, I guess, in an interview, saying that Ohtani had nothing to do with it. So there's a lot of questions, there's a lot of missing pieces, and from the beginning when it first came out, I thought it was funny, and everybody was. I mean, you can just look on Twitter and Instagram, you're gonna find a bunch of memes and stuff, but the more as time goes on and the hours go by, Ohtani might be in some deep shit here. Like, it's not crazy to think that he might, if it's true, that he sent checks to them under his name, he can get in trouble for that. Not just in Major League Baseball, but in the court of law. And it's kind of crazy. I told you guys before we started, it doesn't feel real. It really doesn't. You know, we were anticipating, you know, this big homecoming for Ohtani, and it started today, but the real thing is in a week at Dodger Stadium. And we've been waiting for months and weeks to get this season started. And we're not even back in the United States yet, and we're already dealing with a huge scandal. Mm-hmm. And I don't know what happens next. I told you guys again, if Ohtani's name is not in the lineup tomorrow for the second game of this series, that's when I'm going to really be concerned. Then it's like, okay, clearly something's wrong. And I understand MLB has to figure it out. A lot of things have to happen are going to happen in these next couple weeks, but it just sucks. It just sucks. And the thing that made it worse is that it came out of nowhere. It's not like we heard rumblings or rumors about, oh, hey, apparently his translator has a gambling issue. No, it just, hey, came out of nowhere sometime around like 4:30 in the afternoon.
And I think it's one thing if it was like Shohei wasn't involved and it was just Ippei's gambling addiction and Ippei's gone from the team, he's fired, and that's the end of the story. I mean, but that's a story in of itself. It's a distraction to the Dodgers, whatever. But now for this to be a conversation hanging over their heads, I mean, Melo's thinking, and I think so too, that we'll see the Dodgers lineup probably before we go to bed tonight. And if Shohei Ohtani's not in it, not a good sign.
It's not a good sign.
Not a good sign. But not saying that if Ohtani's in it, he's in the clear. Not by any means. But it just is definitely a bad sign if he's not in it tonight. And, I mean,
there's a lot of questions that are still unanswered. And unfortunately, no matter what happens, there's going to be a group of people that are not going to be happy with it. Because I've already heard a bunch of, rumors and conspiracy theories about what this is, what Ohtani's really all about. I get every side of it, but we just don't know exactly what happened. The thing that is most concerning for me right now is that they both switch the stories. That's what makes it very fishy and very concerning. Yesterday, they said that Ohtani had nothing to do with it. Yesterday, they said Ohtani knew about it and he helped pay back his debt, seemed to be out of the kindness of his heart and be a good person. And now today, it's he had no idea and that he wasn't involved. So that needs to get figured out.
The only thing that I could possibly maybe reason out to explain that, it would be that Ippei was okay with admitting he had the gambling issue, but maybe didn't want people to know he was in debt that far, or didn't want people to, I don't know, didn't want people to know Shohei was involved, or didn't want or was stealing the money from Shohei.
Yeah.
But used Shohei donating it as a cover-up, and then that's how Shohei's camp found out, and they said, "Well, no, we have not been writing we didn't write 2 checks for you to pay for your debt. You somehow illegally, fraudulently wrote these checks." Which, I mean, hey, if your interpreter is getting involved with your business dealings and this has access to your checkbook, I mean, that's not sure why that would be necessary. I'm not saying they have to have no interaction off the field or outside of business, but I don't think he would need access to that if he did fraudulently write checks, which I'm just making things, reasoning things in my mind here. But yeah, it's not a good look, not a good start to the Shohei Ohtani Dodgers tenure.
Yeah, this obviously came as a shock to all of us. I mean, Melo, you really had to go into some detail there for me to even comprehend what you were saying when you first told us about the report. And my whole thoughts on it is that just doesn't seem like a Shohei Ohtani thing.
No.
Ohtani seems like a guy who he's legitimate, 100% across the board. I mean, he cares about baseball. He's there to win. He's there to do his thing, and he's proven that time and time again.
He's always buttoned up with everything.
100%. I don't think this.
He didn't even want to tell people the name of his dog 3 months ago.
Exactly.
We just found out he has a wife.
Yeah.
Not that long ago.
These are all things where I don't think Ohtani is involved, and pure speculation here. My personal thoughts is if Ohtani did write those checks, it was to help out Ippei.
Help out a friend.
That's the way I look at it. I don't think he's behind the table saying, "Oh, here, take this money and go gamble with it and continue doing what you're doing." I don't think he's not that type of guy. He doesn't come off as that type of guy.
Put it on me tonight or something.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of just helping him out and trying to help him figure out his issues.
I mean, not saying it's right to be involved with it, but it could have been a loan to Ippei. I mean, I don't know how much he makes as an interpreter, but a loan from a friend might be better than getting hunted down by loan sharks or getting people to find out about this. So if he thought he could do Ippei a solid and that this would never come out, maybe it takes him forever to find that money from Ippei, but maybe he was just trying to do him a solid.
Correct. Yes, and that's the way I look at it too. And it's just, but I do completely understand where you're coming from, Melo, because we're seeing 2 sides of the story here, and I think there's a lot more details that do have to be hashed out, and I'm sure we'll get those in the coming days. But one other side note here, it's the Dodgers, man. I know this is I'm busting on the Dodgers all the time just because of what they did this offseason, but you gotta feel for them a little bit. And listen, I understand they went out and spent $1 billion, probably even a little bit more. But the Dodgers are continuously trying to make their team better, offseason after offseason. And this offseason, well, they just did that. They did more than that. And now catching yet again another tough break. And the Dodgers have been involved with these type of things before. We bring up Bauer, we bring up Urias, guys like that. We see it, but the Dodgers are continuously trying to put the best product on the field, and that's exactly what they did. And now they can't catch another break.
And the thing that concerns me too with the Dodgers, the PR and stuff. You mentioned Bauer and Urias. They haven't handled that. They didn't handle that stuff good. They gave Urias a second chance when they knew what he was doing, and I don't blame them for getting Bauer a couple years ago. But there was a lot of baggage before, and that they knew about before he signed with their team. I'm not calling out anybody. I'm not saying no people are not doing their jobs, but I mean, at some point, these things are not happening on an accident.
Yeah,
it's I don't know what you have to do to make sure that these guys are
And you know, the thing is too is like, you know, I had said like Ohtani's just, I would be utterly shocked, probably the most shocked I've ever been in my life if Ohtani has foul play in this situation here. So it's like for the Dodgers part, not only is Ohtani the best player in baseball, but he's also
It's the face of the league.
he's the face of the league, and he's also just a great overall guy. I mean, we've heard reports about players who have played with Ohtani and what type of teammate he is. So I don't think the Dodgers could have anybody ever seen this coming. At the end of the day, if I have to put my 2 cents in it, I really don't think Ohtani's in foul play here. But yet again, you never know.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. I don't think, my personal opinion, I don't think Shohei's going to be guilty of anything, but still, it'll be a little stain on him, his name, whatever you want to say, a little cloud hanging over the Dodgers for the next couple weeks.
Months.
Probably until they figure this out,
Months,
yeah.
we won't get a determinate answer as to like what's going to happen to Ippei for months, who knows, even years. And by then we'll forget that it even really happened, probably. But for the next couple of weeks, it'll definitely be looming large, and it's currently the top story in Major League Baseball versus what should be is Dodgers started the season off with a win.
Yeah. And that baseball is trying to grow the game and playing in other places. Yeah, Dodgers won today 5-2. Took a little while. I was getting upset, of course. Dodgers picking up right where they left off in the postseason last year. They went 0 for 11 with runners in scoring position, and again, it's just I don't know what happens. It's just these guys, they get runners on base and they just can't drive them home when it matters. And they chipped away. They were able to get guys on base and actually cash in the 8th inning.
Yeah.
And Dodgers put up a 4 spot in that 8th inning. And, you know, the thing that really gets me excited about this Dodger team, now, granted, this was before everything I heard about Ippei and all this stuff. The Dodgers can put up a crooked number like that anytime. And the thing that really got me excited today is that Dodger game today, in terms of their offense, that was like their C+, B- game. What the hell is this team going to do when everybody's on it?
When they cash in.
When they cash in, our bases are loaded.
Yep.
You know, what are they going to do when they have their A game? And that's, for me, that's a beautiful sight to see, and it gets me excited. Because, and there's going to be games like that when the Dodgers don't have it, but they do just enough to win games late. And I know 5-2 doesn't tell the story. It was a close game, and it looked like the Padres had the momentum there for most of it. But Dodgers do what they're supposed to do, and they start off with a win.
Yeah. Of course, game 2 tomorrow. Hopefully we'll be maybe a little more awake for that one, or up. And tomorrow, like I said, going to the Phillies game. I think that's all that's on our plan. Maybe going to the beach, Clearwater Beach, tomorrow after the Phillies game. But yeah, weeks, and we're like halfway through now. A little over. Today was like the halfway mark.
Yep.
Of our trip down here. But yeah, we'll be back tomorrow then, and we'll let you know how everything went tomorrow. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you then.